Guys, first of all, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. After 11 years, almost 11 years, you guys are back. Were you guys in touch during that time? During the years that you guys weren't together?
I would visit him in prison almost every month, and I brought you care packages. Never once said thanks, but I did stay low. Yeah, we all live in Nashville. The drummer Patrick lives in LA, but the rest of us all live in Nashville.
Yeah.
And we have kids there and everything, so it's home.
Is it like a group chat that you guys talk to each other in?
Like in real life?
Like on the phone in an app?
Oh, we just
Group emails. Occasionally we'll get on a group email.
Yeah. So I was always wondering, do you guys exchange music? Maybe like new music that you hear that you're like, oh, you should check this band out or something like that?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, I mean, I think everything, films, poetry, articles, whatever. I think when you're with creative people, you're always trying to pass things along that might be inspiring. So yeah, we do that, and it's definitely with music.
Yeah. What is the latest artist that you're very excited about?
What was the one LJ was playing me last night? The jazz Wu-Tang Clan jazz band, backup band.
That was nice. I don't remember that either, but that was cool sounding.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, awesome. So there's another thing, because Jack, I heard that you're a big Vinyl fan. That's maybe even an understatement, but I'm wondering, how do you listen to music when you're on the road? Do you have like a Macintosh preamp?
No, we just use iPods, phones, streaming, iTunes. We just anything portable. It's really hard when you're traveling, airplanes and buses and backstages, and it's really hard to be able to play. It was a time way back when the White Stripes, we had we did bring records and small record players with us, which was pretty cool. But it's hard to do on tour. Maybe you can do it in America, like when you're home and you have your own scenario going on.
Yeah, and I mean, you're known for releasing very creative ways of like vinyls. What can we expect from the Raconteurs vinyl, from the upcoming album?
We're doing a vault thing. Sorry, I keep answering all the questions.
Yeah, no worries.
The vault.
Because I'm high as hell.
We did a vault release for our subscription club, and it's Third Man Records has you can sign up for the subscription club to get a limited edition of the album. And we did a white vinyl version for mom and pop record stores. That's like another limited edition for it. So.
Yeah, exciting. Speaking of the new album that's coming, Help Us Strangers, who planted the seed to come back together?
I got this one.
Okay.
Jack he was making his solo album, and I popped over for a visit, and
When was this?
No, right? Really?
You mean when we were just
playing
you a song?
Yeah, when you played me "Shine a Light," but
That was last year. Yeah.
was it? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, and so he played me this song that was called "Shine a Light," that he had done with his current, with the solo band.
Yeah.
And he thought that it wasn't really working for this album he was making, and that maybe it would be a Raconteur song. So that was kind of when I first started thinking in those lines.
Because
again.
You guys never really like broke up as a band, right?
Really?
No, we all just started doing other things. I mean, like, I think we all like to stay busy, and not stay doing something, past its due date. I mean, when it's no longer, maybe it's, if it's getting old or whatever, then we change it up and come back to it later, or
Of course,
that kind of thing.
And then before you knew it, 10 years went by.
Yeah, and we were all stayed really busy. I mean, in the meantime, Jack, created the Third Man Empire. I created a little boy and girl in that time, and humans, and well, that's debatable, but and produced and wrote with other bands and stuff, and
Of course, yeah.
but yeah, time flew.
So without you knowing, you planted the seed for another Raconteurs record, basically.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of like it sort of goes. I've always done that. I don't plan too far ahead. You're just always keeping all the little fires burning, and it's good for me. It's good that way to not really plan too far ahead and let things be natural.
Yeah.
And let the music sort of be in control. That way, you're. It's not like an ego trip or anything. You're really just doing what the music's telling you to do. So if you have the freedom to do that, it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but in 10 years, like your taste in music can really like change.
Yeah.
So I always wonder with like successful bands like yours, how do you make sure that you stay new and exciting, but not losing the identity of the band?
It's hard to sit down and sort of manufacture. You just have to hope for the best. You just sort of let music come out of you, and you play with each other, and you try to be inspired as much as possible.
I
But
think that's why when we started up, we kind of took it in baby steps, just
Right.
to see like what kind of music would this be? Would this be the kind of music that I would like and listen to, myself? And the answer was quickly apparent that yes, this was good stuff. It was fresh, it was different. It was, just powerful stuff was coming up,
Was everybody in right away?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any nerves? Because I mean, 10 years is a long time,
I think it was just a lot of excitement and energy. It was pretty interesting. We just took baby steps, and we didn't make any big plans. We just said, let's get together and try to record a little bit and see what happens. Maybe we'll just put out one song or a 7-inch vinyl or something like that, and turned into a lot of songs real fast. So we knew we had something interesting cooking.
More than enough for an album, actually. I mean, we were able to choose from 40 ideas, which.
But it really sounds like a very relaxed way of making an album. Like, was everybody on the same page musically?
Yeah, we were. It was wild. It was sort of like it had only been a month since we last recorded together, and it was nice that the studio I designed at my home, we had never recorded it in there because I built it a year after our last album. Wow. So it was shockingly, we'd never really recorded in there as a band. So that was nice to finally be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that made it even more interesting because you're using the equipment that we like and that, different microphones, compressors, and things that over the years that I think are interesting. And Brendan has his own studio now too, so he has all that knowledge he's bringing to the table. So it's more experience. It's just a bigger, better version of ourselves in our 20s, I guess.
Yeah. I really had to laugh because I was watching the video of Help Me Stranger, and I read the comments, and one of the most liked comments on under the video was Raconteurs and Black Keys releasing singles side by side, trying to revive rock music from the soulless zombies that have taken it over. Do you guys feel like you're reviving the current rock scene?
I think every few years or so, rock and roll feels like it's dying or dead, or guitar music feels that it needs revamping, and it does. It needs injections of new blood all the time. And then there are people who have been doing it for a long time who are experienced, us or the Black Keys, or a lot of other bands, in Nashville alone, Kings of Leon, and my bands that I'm in, the Dead Weather and stuff like that. But there's a lot of veterans who do it for a long time, and they have something different, which is experience,
right?
And then the new blood, the fresh young blood that you want to keep coming up, brings the newness and the changes that are always essential to progressing music and regenerating all the time. Yeah. So it's exciting. Yeah.
One of the first gigs you guys did was in April in Nashville, and Jack, your mom came on stage with you guys. What happened?
She did, yeah. My sister
happened.
was standing there, and she said, "You should introduce the band to my mom." And my mom thought, "Oh no, I shouldn't do that." And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great if you want to. Go ahead." And she wanted to, so she did it.
So she introduced the band to the audience.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I heard you bring her on tour with you pretty often.
Sometimes we do, yeah. We're Polish, and we last time I was played in Poland last year, she came with me there.
Right.
And so she's really excited about it. She's almost 90 now, so
really,
it's nice to do these kind of things,
Wow.
While we're all still having a blast.
What is it like to perform in front of your mom?
Oh my God, it's strange because she was born in the 30s, so it's she's gone through lots of different generations of music and stuff, and she really loves music. So I've always found it interesting when she can stand to listen to really loud music to begin with, let alone liking it. So it's nice.
What is one of the songs that you guys are most excited about on the album?
I think "Help Me Stranger" actually is that's one of my favorites. It's because it's I think it shows a really kind of it just sounds really fresh to me, sort of new, and the sonically just sounds cool, and I love the way Patrick's drumming is incredible on that track, and I love the way we're all playing. LJ came up with this great bass line and he plays bass keys with his hands. He was on the floor just pressing keys, and it was exciting. And Jack and I are singing on acoustic guitars, like kind of just old school, straight up harmonies. You know.
Is that by any
Everly
chance?
Brothers.
Sorry, is that by any chance the first song you guys made?
No, we don't
It
think
actually
so.
came later. It actually
Yeah,
came
it
later.
was. It was
Really?
later.
But it somehow Patrick suggested that being the title of the album from that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm talking to the
I'm
mic.
sorry. Yeah.
That song came later. Help Me Stranger was actually one of the last ones we did, I think, and it was sort of a song I had demoed, and I didn't think it was that interesting. I thought it was just okay, and Brendan saw something in it, and the band just started to play around with it and came up with something really interesting. That's the nice part about writing together and being in a band together is other people will find things that have some beauty to them that you don't think is there, which is an amazing blessing to have. And because I would have just not really paid any attention to that song, so I'm glad they saw something in it because I really love the end result.
I heard that if you go to Raconteurs concert, that phones are not allowed. Why?
I started doing that last year. Chris Rock had come and done a comedy show at Third Man in Nashville, and he had these Yonder bags that everyone was putting their phone in because he was trying out new material. He didn't want it to all go up on YouTube before he got it.
A lot of comedians do it now.
Yeah, it's really smart for comedians, and it's more and more bands are doing it now because it's just an amazing experience. Everyone's really engaged. I tried it for a couple of weeks. I thought it was going to be a couple of weeks last year on my solo tour, and that people were gonna hate it and be mad about it, and we weren't gonna do it anymore. But people just loved it. Wherever we went, people just love it, and I was shocked, and so we just kept doing it. So I asked the Raconteurs if you guys wanted to do it too. They are all for it, and it's been amazing so far. I mean, we've had actually the most rock and roll shows we've had in years because of it.
Really?
I think people are just engaged, slam dancing, body surfing, and it's just a lot of, people just, they're not distracted. They're not checking the sports scores or texting in the middle of it. When you're out and singing a song and you look out and people's heads are down, sometimes it's not enough to be singing a song. You have to blow up some explosions or have some video trickery behind you, and
Or a video screen just of you playing that song.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have sort of everyone to agree to put those away for a second and just be in the same room together.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, since there's not no phones allowed, everybody was in right away.
Yeah.
Everybody in the band was in. Yeah. Well, that's good that you don't have to argue over that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jack had tried it, and it worked. We saw it. We went to his shows. We saw it, and the side effect was, I think the main idea was to not let things get posted on YouTube and stuff. But the great side effect was that people became engaged in an experience, in a real live experience, and which is benefits both of the artist, the audience. Then we have fun. Start to have fun then.
Definitely. But I mean, during a concert, it's much easier to control because right now we're at a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't do it at festivals because
Yeah.
it's not our show. So
Right, yeah.
But I've heard a couple festivals in England are going to be trying it out this summer.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting experiment, like a certain
pretty cool.
tents or something like that.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool. It's probably not the right environment really on the bigger side of things because people are there for a different reason. But that's also the thing about festivals it's not that much music based. It's more about having a good time with your friends based kind of a thing. So it's hard. It's a different environment.
Yeah. During you guys' set today, we will hear some material from the new album, I hope.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of songs. When there's no phones, we've been playing almost everything from the album.
Really?
Lately, which has been great to get the sea legs, work up the sea legs of these songs on the road.
They're fun to play. Too.
Yeah? Yeah, that's nice. All right, so last question. The 21st of June, Help a Stranger. That's when the album comes out.
Yes.
I have to ask, why do you need help from a stranger and not just someone you know?
Good question. Real good question. This character, the walking, the walk sign, the blinking walk traffic sign he's become the stranger now, and everywhere we go we see this different version of the symbol in every country. We've been taking a picture of it, and it's sort of he's become the stranger, he or she or whatever this genderless person or something is now the stranger. So it's it came from that lyric of the song that Brendan wrote. So I think Brendan wants to keep it more ambiguous though. So.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it because it's.
I know, I understand. I still have
Keeps
to
the
ask.
answer under his hat right here, though.
Right.
If I lift it up, you'd see.
Guys, thank you so much for your time and good luck today on your show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.